Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever paused for a moment in the quiet solitude of your own soul and wondered, am I truly blessed by God? Not in the fleeting sense of worldly success, but in the deep, undeniable embrace of divine favor. A woman blessed by God is not merely fortunate, she is chosen, graced with a sacred anointing that sets her apart. This favor does not always announce itself with riches or ease, but rather in the profound depth of her spirit, the wisdom in her words, and the unwavering strength of her heart. To be blessed by God is not simply to receive good fortune, it is to be touched by His divine favor, to walk in alignment with His will, and to embody His grace in everyday life. But how does one recognize such favor? What does it mean for a woman to be truly blessed? It is not always about wealth, status, or an easy life. In fact, some of the most divinely favored women have walked through fire, endured storms, and emerged with a deeper faith and a stronger spirit. A woman who is blessed by God carries an undeniable presence. She moves through life with a sense of purpose, her spirit anchored in something far greater than herself. She does not measure her worth by material possessions or fleeting moments of success, but rather by the depth of her faith, the strength of her character, and the wisdom she has cultivated through her journey. Her blessings are not merely external, but internal, manifested in the peace that resides within her, the love she extends to others, and the courage she displays in the face of adversity. The favor of God does not always come wrapped in comfort. Sometimes it is revealed through trials that test, refine, and ultimately elevate a woman into the fullness of her calling. She may experience setbacks, heartbreak, and seasons of uncertainty, but in all these, she finds an unshakable foundation in her Creator. Even when she does not see the full picture, she trusts that her steps are ordered, that every challenge serves a greater purpose, and that in time, all things will work for her good. This quiet confidence, this unwavering belief in divine providence, is one of the clearest marks of God's blessing upon her life. A blessed woman is also a woman of wisdom. She does not rush into decisions guided by impulse or emotion. Instead, she seeks clarity, listens intently, and allows divine discernment to shape her choices. She is not easily swayed by the opinions of others, for she understands that true guidance comes from above. Her words carry weight, her presence brings comfort, and her counsel is sought after, not because she knows everything, but because she has surrendered to a wisdom greater than her own. Perhaps one of the most profound signs of divine favor is the way a woman impacts those around her. A blessed woman does not merely live for herself. She becomes a vessel of grace, a source of encouragement, and a beacon of light. Her kindness is not performative, but genuine. Her generosity is not for recognition, but for the joy of giving. She understands that blessings are not meant to be hoarded, but shared, that true abundance comes not from accumulation, but from contribution. To be blessed by God is not about living a life free of hardship, but about walking in faith, knowing that every step is guided, every burden is lifted in time, and every moment is part of a divine plan. It is to live with the assurance that one's life is not ordinary, but divinely orchestrated for a purpose beyond imagination. A woman blessed by God carries certain unmistakable signs that reveal divine favor in her life. These signs are not always visible to the world in terms of wealth, status, or material success, but they are deeply embedded in her character, her spirit, and the way she moves through life. Recognizing these signs allows her to walk with confidence, understanding that she is set apart, guided by a higher purpose, and sustained by divine grace. One of the most powerful signs of divine favor is unwavering faith. A woman truly blessed by God does not crumble under pressure, nor is she easily shaken by life's trials. She knows that challenges are not meant to destroy her, but to strengthen her. In the face of adversity, she does not ask, "Why me?" but rather, "What is God teaching me through this?" She understands that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth, a lesson in trust, and a moment for God to reveal His power. Another sign is wisdom beyond her years. She is not merely knowledgeable, she is discerning. She does not act on impulse, but seeks divine guidance before making decisions. Her words carry depth, her advice is sound, and her presence is calming. Others are drawn to her, not because she has all the answers, but because she listens, understands, and speaks with insight that reflects divine truth. She has learned through experience that wisdom is not just about knowing, but about applying knowledge in a way that aligns with God's will. A woman under divine favor also possesses resilience. Life may bring her pain, disappointments, or setbacks, but she rises each time. She refuses to be defined by her past mistakes or her struggles. Instead, she uses them as stepping stones, learning from them and moving forward with grace. She does not allow bitterness to take root in her heart. Instead, she chooses forgiveness, healing, and peace. She understands that resilience is not just about enduring, but about growing stronger through every challenge. Another undeniable mark of divine blessing is her sense of purpose. She does not live aimlessly, chasing temporary pleasures or fleeting success. She knows she is here for a reason, and she seeks to fulfill that purpose with passion and dedication. Her work, her relationships, and her choices are all aligned with a greater calling. Even when she faces opposition or obstacles, she remains steadfast, knowing that what is meant for her will come in God's perfect time. Her life is also marked by unexpected provision. Doors open for her when she least expects it. Help arrives at the right moment. Opportunities find her, not because she desperately seeks them, but because she trusts in God's divine timing. She does not live in constant worry over the future, for she knows that her needs will always be met. This provision is not always financial. Sometimes it comes in the form of the right people, the right words, or the right circumstances that align perfectly with her journey. Perhaps the most beautiful sign of divine favor is her impact on others. A blessed woman is not just concerned with her own success, she lifts others up. She is a source of strength, a well of encouragement, and a guiding light for those who cross her path. People leave her presence feeling inspired, comforted, and empowered. She is not concerned with recognition, for she understands that her reward comes not from the world, but from the one who called her. These signs of divine favor are not random. They are the marks of a life touched by God. When a woman recognizes these signs in herself, she does not boast, nor does she shrink back in false humility. Instead, she walks in the confidence of knowing she is blessed, she is favored, and she is part of a divine plan greater than she could ever imagine. Inner strength is one of the most profound indicators of divine favor in a woman's life. It is not merely about being tough or resilient in the face of challenges, but about possessing a deep, unshakable foundation built on faith, wisdom, and grace. A woman blessed by God does not derive her strength from external circumstances or human validation. Rather, her power comes from within, a wellspring of courage, patience, and divine assurance that carries her through every season of life. This strength is evident in the way she handles adversity. Life is not without its trials, and she has had her share of setbacks, disappointments, and heartaches. However, unlike those who crumble under pressure, she endures with dignity. She does not see challenges as punishment, but as opportunities for growth and refinement. She understands that God allows difficulties not to break her, but to build her, to shape her into the person He has destined her to be. Even when the road ahead is uncertain, she moves forward with faith, believing that every step she takes is guided by a higher power. Her wisdom is another reflection of her inner strength. She is not easily swayed by emotions, trends, or the opinions of others. Instead, she seeks clarity and discernment before making decisions. She understands the value of patience and knows that wisdom is not just about knowledge, but about applying the right knowledge at the right time. She listens more than she speaks, and when she does speak, her words carry weight. Those around her recognize the depth of her understanding, and they seek her guidance not because she claims to have all the answers, but because her perspective is shaped by experience, reflection, and divine insight. Another powerful element of her inner strength is her ability to forgive. Holding on to anger, resentment, or past wounds only drains a person's energy, but a woman blessed by God understands the power of release. She chooses to forgive, not because the offense was small, but because she refuses to allow bitterness to take root in her heart. She knows that forgiveness is not about excusing the wrong, but about freeing herself from the burden of pain. Her heart is not hardened by betrayal or disappointment. Instead, it remains open, soft, and receptive to love and grace. Faith is the cornerstone of her strength. She does not waver in the face of uncertainty because she knows that she is never truly alone. She carries the quiet confidence that no matter what happens, she is held in divine hands. She does not panic over what she cannot control, Instead, she surrenders it in prayer. This trust gives her peace that others may not understand, an unwavering assurance that no matter the struggle, she will emerge stronger. A woman blessed by God does not seek validation from the world. She does not measure her worth by external achievements or social approval. Instead, she walks with quiet confidence, knowing that her value is already established. She does not need to prove herself, for she understands that true power, but in the strength to remain kind, patient, and steadfast in faith. It is this inner power that makes her truly unstoppable, truly radiant, and truly favored by God. A woman blessed by God does not live without direction. She is not merely driven by fleeting passions or temporary desires, but is anchored in a deep sense of purpose. Her actions, decisions, and commitments are not random. They are intentional, guided by a higher calling that shapes her path. She understands that she was created for more than just existence. She was created to make an impact, to serve, to uplift, and to fulfill the unique purpose that God has placed upon her life. Her purpose is not always something grand in the eyes of the world, yet it carries immense significance. She may be a mother shaping the next generation, a teacher imparting wisdom, a leader inspiring change, or a quiet force of encouragement in her community. Regardless of her role, she approaches it with dedication and conviction, knowing that every task, no matter how small, is part of a greater divine plan. She does not compare her journey to others, for she knows that purpose is not measured by public recognition, but by the depth of its impact. One of the ways her purpose manifests is in the way she nurtures those around her. A woman of divine favor understands that influence is not about control, but about guidance. She does not impose her will upon others, but she leads with wisdom, compassion, and understanding. Whether in her home, workplace, or community, she carries an aura of encouragement and strength, helping others to see their own potential and step into their own purpose. She is not distracted by society's expectations or the pressure to conform. In a world that often values status and material success, she remains steadfast in what truly matters. She does not chase after every opportunity that comes her way, but discerns what aligns with her calling. She understands that saying no to distractions is just as important as saying yes to the right path. Her purpose is not dictated by trends, but by divine direction. Even when she faces setbacks, she does not abandon her purpose. There will be times when the journey seems unclear, when obstacles arise, and when doubt creeps in, but a woman under divine favor perseveres. She trusts that every delay, every challenge, and every closed door is leading her to something greater. She is not discouraged by temporary failures because she knows they are simply stepping stones toward fulfillment. Her presence is a gift to the world. She does not live for herself alone, but seeks to leave a lasting impact. Whether through acts of kindness, words of wisdom, or the legacy she builds, her life is a testimony to the power of divine purpose. She does not seek approval from others, for she knows that her validation comes from God. She walks confidently, not because she has all the answers, but because she knows that her steps are ordered. A woman blessed by God embraces her purpose with grace, knowing that it is not about personal gain, but about serving something greater than herself. And in doing so, she not only fulfills her calling, but inspires others to walk boldly in theirs. A woman blessed by God does not merely exist. She embraces the journey of life with an open heart and a spirit willing to grow. She understands that divine favor is not just about receiving blessings, but about recognizing them, nurturing them, and using them to fulfill her purpose. Her journey is one of faith, resilience, and unwavering trust in God's plan. She does not see life as a series of random events, but as a carefully woven masterpiece, where every experience, whether joyful or painful, has meaning and significance. One of the most important aspects of embracing the journey is learning to trust the process. A woman under divine favor does not rush through life seeking instant results. She knows that growth takes time, that wisdom is developed through experience, and that every season of life serves a purpose. There will be times of waiting, moments of uncertainty, and situations where the path forward seems unclear. Yet instead of becoming discouraged, she remains patient, trusting that God is working behind the scenes in ways she cannot yet see. She also understands that challenges are not meant to break her, but to refine her. Many people see difficulties as obstacles, but a blessed woman sees them as opportunities for transformation. When she encounters trials, she does not ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What can I learn from this?" She knows that every struggle strengthens her faith, every hardship builds her character, and every setback is a setup for something greater. Another vital part of embracing the journey is gratitude. A woman who walks in divine favor does not focus on what she lacks, but on what she has been given. She does not take her blessings for granted, nor does she compare her life to others. Instead, she appreciates every moment, every opportunity, and every lesson. Gratitude shifts her perspective, allowing her to see the hand of God in both the big and small details of her life. Even in seasons of difficulty, she finds reasons to be thankful, knowing that God's presence is with her. She is also willing to step out in faith. Embracing the journey means being open to growth, change, and new possibilities. A woman blessed by God does not remain stagnant. She moves forward with courage, even when the road is uncertain. She understands that faith requires action, that sometimes she must take a step before the path is fully revealed. She listens to God's guidance, trusts in His timing, and embraces the unknown with confidence. Perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of her journey is that she does not walk it alone. She builds relationships that uplift and inspire, surrounding herself with people who encourage her to stay true to her calling. She also invests in others, sharing her wisdom, offering support, and being a light to those who may be struggling. By embracing the journey, she discovers the fullness of God's blessings, not just in what she receives, but in who she becomes. She walks forward with faith, knowing that every step, every challenge, and every victory is part of a divine plan leading her towards something greater than she could have ever imagined. A woman blessed by God experiences divine provision in ways that often go beyond human understanding. This provision is not limited to material wealth. It extends to every area of her life, her relationships, her emotional well-being, her opportunities, and her spiritual growth. She walks in the assurance that her needs will be met, not always in the way she expects, but always in the way that is best for her. She understands that divine provision is not just about receiving, but about trusting, surrendering, and recognizing the hand of God in all circumstances. One of the most powerful aspects of divine provision is that it arrives exactly when it is needed. A woman under God's favor may face moments of uncertainty, seasons where resources seem scarce, where doors appear closed, or where solutions seem out of reach. Yet, at the perfect time, what she needs is provided. It may come through an unexpected opportunity, a person stepping in to help, or even through inner strength and wisdom that allows her to navigate the situation. She does not live in fear of lack because she knows that God is her ultimate provider. Her provision is not just about financial security, it is about peace, guidance, and protection. She may not always understand how things will work out, but she has a deep, unwavering trust that she will not be forsaken. This trust allows her to live with a sense of peace that others may struggle to find. She does not spend her days worrying about the future because she knows that just as God has provided for her in the past, He will continue to do so. Opportunities seem to find her not because she is chasing after them, but because she is walking in alignment with her purpose. When she seeks to honor God in her actions, doors open in ways she never could have orchestrated on her own. This is the nature of divine provision. It is not something she forces, but something she receives as she remains faithful to her calling. She is not driven by desperation, but by trust, knowing that what is meant for her will come at the right time. One of the most beautiful aspects of divine provision is how it equips her to be a blessing to others. She does not hoard what she has been given. She shares freely, knowing that generosity is part of the cycle of blessing. Whether it is her time, her wisdom, her resources, or her encouragement, she gives without fear of depletion because she understands that she is connected to an endless source. She does not operate from a mindset of scarcity, but from a mindset of abundance, believing that there is always enough to give, and that in giving she receives even more. Divine provision is not just about meeting her needs, it is about positioning her for impact. A woman blessed by God walks in faith, knowing that she will always have enough for her journey, enough to fulfill her purpose, and enough to be a source of light and hope to those around her. A woman blessed by God carries a presence that impacts everyone around her, This impact is not about dominance or authority in a worldly sense, but rather a quiet, steady influence that brings light, wisdom, and encouragement. She does not seek attention, yet people are drawn to her because of the peace, kindness, and strength she exudes. She is not merely existing, she is transforming lives through her words, actions, and unwavering faith. Her impact begins within her own heart. She understands that she cannot pour into others if she is empty. That is why she prioritizes her spiritual growth, nurturing her relationship with God through prayer, reflection, and faith. Because of this, she carries an unshakable inner peace, a calm that remains even in the midst of storms. She does not need to announce her faith loudly, for it is evident in how she treats people, in how she speaks, and in how she handles adversity. One of the most defining characteristics of her influence is her ability to uplift others. She is not threatened by the success of those around her. Instead, she celebrates it, encourages it, and even helps others reach their full potential. She understands that true leadership is not about controlling or overpowering, but about serving, guiding, and inspiring. People feel safe in her presence, knowing they are valued and understood. She listens intently, speaks with wisdom, and provides support where it is needed. Her impact is not limited to one type of person or situation. Whether in her home, workplace, community, or even in casual encounters, she leaves people feeling encouraged, strengthened, and hopeful. She does not have to do grand things to make a difference. Sometimes it is in the small acts of kindness, the words of reassurance, or the quiet prayers she offers for others that her influence is most deeply felt. She is also a woman of integrity. She does not waver in her values, even when it would be easier to compromise. People trust her because she is consistent, honest, and sincere. She does not pretend to be perfect, but she strives to be authentic. She is willing to admit when she is wrong, to learn from her mistakes, and to grow in wisdom. This humility makes her even more impactful because it shows others that strength is not about never failing. It is about rising every time you do. Perhaps one of the most beautiful aspects of her influence is that it is not forced. She does not demand respect or admiration. It is given to her naturally because of who she is. She does not impose her beliefs on others, yet her life serves as a quiet testimony of faith, resilience, and love. People see the way she handles difficulties, the way she loves without conditions, and the way she trusts in God's timing, and they are inspired to do the same. A woman blessed by God understands that her life is not just about her. She is here to make a difference, to spread love, to encourage faith, and to be a light in a world that so often feels dark. And because she walks in divine favor, her influence will continue to grow, touching hearts, changing lives, and leaving a lasting legacy of goodness and grace. A woman blessed by God is not defined by worldly success, social status, or external achievements. Her favor is seen in the strength she carries, the wisdom she applies, the purpose she pursues, and the love she shares. She does not walk through life aimlessly, but with a deep sense of faith, knowing that every challenge, every blessing, and every moment is part of a divine plan. She trusts in God's provision, embraces her journey with gratitude, and uses her influence to uplift those around her. Her blessings are not always material, but they are far more valuable. She carries an inner peace that cannot be shaken, a resilience that cannot be broken, and a confidence that does not come from the world, but from the certainty that she is loved, guided, and equipped by God. She does not seek validation from others, for she knows her worth is already established by the one who created her. Her impact is not measured by how many people applaud her, but by how many lives she touches. She leads with kindness, forgives with grace, and stands firm in her faith. She is a woman who understands that favor is not about having an easy life, but about walking through every season, good or bad, with unwavering trust in the one who holds her future. If you see these signs in your own life, know that you are walking in divine favor. If you desire them, seek them with a heart open to God's guidance. A woman blessed by God is not perfect, but she is constantly growing, learning, and embracing the path laid before her. And in doing so, she becomes a light in a world that desperately needs hope, a voice of wisdom in times of confusion, and a living testament to the power of faith. If you find yourself resonating with these signs, then take heart. You are walking in divine favor. And if you are still seeking them, know this: God's blessings are not distant, they are present, waiting to be acknowledged, nurtured, and embraced. A blessed woman is not merely fortunate, she is purposeful. She is not merely strong, she is divinely empowered. And when she walks in the fullness of that favor, she does not just change her own life, she transforms the world around her. So I ask you again, are you a woman blessed by God? Perhaps in the depths of your soul, you already know the answer. Thank you.